Hello everyone, and welcome to The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. The moment we've all been waiting for. Bum, 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 bum. So this is my second file. I've played this game, I'd say about 15 hours. I haven't done anything
bloom keeps getting thicker.
Major yet. Like, I have the paraglider and I don't even have all the runes yet. I'm still missing one. I've been in the sky, I've been underground.
We've been descending for a while now.
So this will be
These
my
tunnels are deeper than I thought.
TV's too loud.
What could be down here?
There we go. So this will be my second playthrough, although yeah, my first one I haven't even played. I've played less than 20 hours. So I've noticed that the walls are glowing, but there's not any ore deposits that I can break. I don't know if that actually happens later. Just glowing rocks.
It seems almost misty,
Glowing
and not
walls.
concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle.
So I have to say, so far, I think I'm particularly fully satisfied with everything they've implemented in. The biggest things off the top of my head, I wanted more enemy variety, weapon variety, and my idea was like, maybe they can put more stuff in the sky and we can have floating islands. Well, guess what this whole game's about, baby. And not only did they do a sky section, but they did an entire Actually, sorry, I have that flipped. I said, why don't they go underground more and they can add in caves and wells everywhere? And then they did that. They made an entire dungeon underground. And they put in floating islands in the sky, like Xenoblade 2. I didn't even... that crossed my mind, but I didn't even expect them to put islands in the sky. That's like my favorite thing about this game. You go all the way up to the top, and you can go from island to island, or you could just jump. As soon as you get the paraglider anyway. The first few jumps before a paraglider, it is kind of scary. I'm like, okay, which little tiny puddle am I going to land in? Like Bugs Bunny style, when Bugs Bunny jumps off of that plank into that cup of water, and it's literally a cup. And then the water is like following him above him, and he's trying to get the water and push it down below him. I think of that every time, because I have a stupid cartoon mentality. Makes the pain better. The pain of life. Of course. So this looks like dry ruins right now, and it's crumbling down because we're on lap 3. Okay, so Zelda, you gotta stop interrupt. You can't wait till I walk a step or two and then have another paragraph for me. Like, come on. The Zonai. So now I know what the Zonai are. The first time, I'm like, what is she talking about? So the Zonai are those... How do I describe it? It's that furry creature. It's that furry character with... It kind of looks like Lord Beerus. Well, there they are right there. And I was going to describe their ears are like big old cat ears, but they're like flat down, horizontal. Flat left and right. Like if Lord Beerus had funny ears. Lord Ears? Okay. Woo! Oh, man. So... This is, obviously, I 100%ed Breath of the Wild, so this is what I am. I have full hearts, full stamina, and it lets you beat up, like, 3 keys, and then it takes it all away from you. Just like a Metroid game. I know thousands of people have already mentioned that, but it's like a good old Metroid game. You start with every type of ammo, every weapon, and then it rips it from you and scatters it in space, and then you get to go do the whole game and collect it all. I will say, the storytelling and the cutscenes, this time around, it's a lot more intense. The first time it was, I almost want to say boring. where it would just show you the picture, zoom in and out. It would like, what is it called? It would pan slowly across. You know, people would speak really slowly. But in this, it's a little more intense. I don't know how else to describe it. It's like the music in the background is swelling. They zoom in a bit faster. They try and make it more intense, and it works. More interactive? I don't know. I don't know all the big fancy words, but...
This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens.
Hyrule story time. It's way better in this game. And it wasn't even that bad. It was just like kind of boring last time.
It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with God.
Same with all the memories. I feel like the way they implemented memories in the first game was like not an afterthought, but I don't have a better word to say. It's like they're all, you can skip all of them and then do them all in a row in under half an hour. Or you could stumble across them, but I doubt you're going to stumble across every memory from the first game. This time around, they're more tied into the core story, so you kind of, it's hard to miss memories. And so far in my other file, I've only found two memories. One of them was really, really good.
And a fierce battle against him.
So far. And when the game's over, before I beat the final boss, I like to watch all of the cutscenes in order after I get them all, just to see what it's like seeing them in order. Because with the last game, the first one was when they were around the fountain and they were like making Link the newest champion. That was the first one. And then the last one was obviously the castle's exploding and Ganon's coming out and everyone's panicking. That was one of the last cutscenes. It's cool to see them in order.
This is a huge discovery.
I'll hold that for you, miss.
All right then. Now to use this.
I want to know.
I'm glad
I doubt that they would say, but how many years went by? Because child characters from the first game, they look at least 2 or 3 years older now. So if Zelda was, she turned 17 in the last game. These two must be at least 19.
Just what is this place?
Otherwise, those kids, I don't know, the kids looked, video game kids, like, I don't know, less than 5, and now they're like slightly above 5. I don't know how to say it. They looked younger than grade schoolers, and now that it looks like they just started grade school, or they're at least in grade 2 or 3. Like, I swear at least 2 years went by. Just going by. All the adults look the same, obviously, so I have to go by what 5-year-olds look like now. And they look slightly older. Yeah, Link will always look the same. It's either little 10-year-old Link or it's slightly older Link. And the oldest Link in any game is, I'm pretty sure, like 18. Or 19 max. Oh, wow. So this looks like an upside-down shrine. One of the new shrines. That green, blue tornado loop-de-loop, it's supposed to be on the top of it, so... Is this like underneath the mother of all shrines?
What is that?
Because when I first watched this cutscene a couple days ago... By the way, I didn't look at any trailers in the last year and a half, because I knew I was buying this game, I knew I was going to record it. I didn't need any more information. So I haven't seen any trailers or footage in the last year and a half. So there's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing for the first time. A lot of the enemies, those flying yellow guys, the mole people that climb on ceilings. I've never seen them before until now this week. So I really get to enjoy the weapon variety and the enemy variety that I wanted. I think this is as creepy and scary as a rated E game gets. Because that was pretty freaky. Whoa. So here we have, not only does the Master Sword break, but Link gets his right arm, I believe. His right arm gets screwed up.
Shatter so easily against my power cannot save you from me.
Oh my god. That's my favorite part.
You who carries that fragile sword. A link. Raru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
Raul,
Do you
the furry cat.
know our names?
Sensei. Sensei? I guess he's an ancestor. I like to think things in terms of the champions. So I think later we get introduced to the original champions. The first champions from each of the 5 kingdoms. And it's like Naruto. Like, you see our Kage, and then you meet the other Kage, and then by the end of the series, you see the first Kage Summit Conference, and you just see Kages throughout history. It's always the current one, and then ones from other lands, and then previous ones. Just to make the world huge, you know. Man, that Ganon guy, he's always falling into holes. He just can't stay up on the surface, can he? He's not allowed. Oh no, Spider-Man 2! The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Actually, they did a callback to that in Far From Home? No Way Home. Anyway, enough about the worst Spider-Man movie. Amazing Spider-Man 2, I'm talking about. No Way Home is definitely not in the bad Spider-Man movie category. That was the best Spider-Man in a decade. Does No Way Home count as a Spider-Man movie anyway? It's more like a Spider Avengers movie. Actually, I know I'm talking about Spider-Man right now, but Xenoverse, that's Dragon Ball. Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, that's my favorite Spider-Man movie, and I can't wait for the sequel in fall. Sequel's coming out this year. I'm so excited. Miles Morales. Well, I guess it's not because of Miles, but that movie is my favorite Spider-Man movie. No question. I guess I'm a sucker for the animation. Probably the main reason. So here we have Link's infected, cursed right arm. It got infused with malice. I always call it malice, but I think they're now calling it gloom. I'm not sure what happened there. In Hyrule Warriors, it was always Malice. There was a Malice Lionel and a Malice Talus. Malice Talus. And now they're calling it Gloom. Which, I've played Pokemon, so I can't say that without thinking of the stupid, smelly flower, Gloom, with the derpy face. I don't want to think of Gloom. Sorry, Gloom. I love Vileplume, but Gloom is that weird, awkward, middle... Weird, you know? You want Bulbasaur anyway, not Gloom.
Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death.
Okay, so I'm waking up right now. We're not underground anymore.
However, was beyond
Looks like
saving.
we're in a cave.
I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
So instead of the Sheikah Slate, we now have this on our arm, and this is how we use runes. Ooh, I got a little hiccupy right there. Today I'm having my Mango Loco monster. That's my monster of the day. I don't have a monster every day, but when I do a recording session, I'll usually have a monster. Oh no, it's decayed. So there's not only rusty weapons, but there's decayed weapons now. The gloom beneath Hyrule Castle. Yeah, I think whenever I see the word gloom, I'm just going to simply say malice, because that sounds 100 times cooler. Alright, so the game's gonna go ahead and teach us how to do everything. Let me quickly check my options. Those are gonna be disabled for a while, okay. Camera sensitivity, I like it on very high. Motion controls, no. Lock mini-map. Yes, lock the mini-map. HUD, I'm gonna keep, normally I play the whole game in Pro, but this is a brand new game. So I'm going to be playing with the HUD on for a while, but I will eventually switch back to Pro. That's what I'm used to. Normal, English. I'll keep it in English this time. When I switch to Pro mode, I'm going to switch the English to Japanese. Just because after a while, once you've seen most of the cutscenes, I kind of just like... It's not that I'm into reading subtitles, it's just that on the ear... I like the Japanese on the ear better. It's a nice sound. They do a better performance, usually. And, I don't know. It's not bad, but they're all British, you know, like... It's kind of weird. I guess it's just Zelda. Zelda's the only one I can't get really used to. And they all have such good Japanese voices. And Link is obviously exactly the same. Huh, huh, yeah. They even tell him, okay, when you do Link, don't be Japanese. Don't be Japanese, because believe it or not, Link has had several voice actors in the history of this game. And a couple of them are extremely Japanese, like Ocarina of Time. Cha! Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha! When you're burning... and you say, ha-cha-cha-cha-cha, that's a Japanese guy just saying hot, hot, hot. That's so Japanese. And I think Mario might... Has Mario said that before? Anyways. Boom. Oh, I love all the water coming down like rain at the end of a big jump. So... what's this? Wow. So, this game doesn't give you a shirt for like 10 hours. I'm not allowed wearing a shirt until I'm like 10 hours into this game. Alright, so that's obviously the way out. I'm not sure if I did 100% of the stuff in here, but it looks like I did. So I guess that's the new Shrine of Resurrection. And this island is the new little Great Plateau area. I don't know if I've ever been back up here. But what does it matter? Let's go! Nice. First 10 minutes of the game and we can see right up Link's skirt. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's interesting too. There's another dragon. There's at least 1 or 2 more dragons on top of the 3. I know the 3 are still down there. But apparently there's 4 or 5 dragons. I don't actually know. I've only ever seen the 1 sky dragon. I'm gonna call them sky dragons for now. Whee! What's that? Oh. I thought that was a ring I was supposed to go to. Okay. I wonder if Link was actually falling that whole time. Meow. And land ho, here we are. So I think this is the new Great Sky Island. So I can't even open my map yet, but I think this is the new little Great Plateau. I'm gonna do what? I think it makes you go do 3 or 4 shrines, and it gives you 3 runes. But there's actually, and I don't count the camera and the amiibo as runes. So there's 3 real runes you get, and then there's a 4th one later. So they do keep 1 for later. But it's not like, I was thinking there was maybe 5 runes, but no. One of them was just camera. Oh, here's my first enemy. Let's break the sword over his head. Well, that was a good flurry rush. I'm glad I could start a video off by just getting smacked. And that was too early. I know. There we go. That wasn't bad. That was almost too early. Alright, so we just got a bunch of sticks right now. That sword is gone. It is broken for the whole... Well, I shouldn't say the whole rest of the game, because I don't know. But I don't have that sword anymore 20 hours later. I love the autumn aesthetic. I think... Well, I guess in real life, for some reason, I prefer spring. But in video games, everything looking orange and yellow and... You know, it doesn't seem like it's all dying and decaying, but it just seems beautiful. I know autumn is the season of death and everything, but... Either way, I am definitely not a summer person. Not for the heat. Maybe if I lived... And I live in Canada, and I'm still complaining about fucking hot summers. So, let's go this way. Can I go this way? Oh yeah, I have to do this. Hello? What up? Let me have a sip while you do that. So, when he's down in his little shell, he's supposed to look like a big Kabuto helmet or something, right? It really reminds me of Zant from Twilight Princess. One of the best villains. Well, I guess he was nothing special, but I really liked Zant because he would go all crazy. He would just scream and flail his hands at you and try and cut you and stuff. Very memorable. He's like Toby from Naruto. That's the second time I brought up Naruto for some reason. Anyways. Enough weebing out. Hey, I don't have that special edition Nintendo Switch. Where'd you get it? Pura? Pura Pad. It's like the iPad, but... Well, it's like the Switch, actually. The last one was an iPad. The tablet we used in Breath of the Wild, that was an iPhone. I would always say it was an iPhone with apps. And now I'm using a Nintendo Switch. It's not really... It's not as funny. So he wants me to go there right away? Oh, I see another guy already. Find Princess Zelda. You know how long that quest is going to be there for? Ba-da-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Alright, so my single biggest complaint so far about this game, I can't do my whistle run. In fact, when I try to do my whistle run, it consumes more. What the hell? I know why. I know why. For some reason, I'm blanking on his name, but he, the guy who made Zelda, he saw all the speedrunners doing the whistle run, and he's like, oh, not in my game, you won't. So he patched it. So I lose more stamina now if I do it. That's bullcrap. I bet all the speedrunners are liking that. That's okay. I just have to upgrade to max stamina as soon as possible and ignore all my hearts, just like I did last time. Just like I did in pretty much every single playthrough I've done. I've played the last game about 4 or 5 different playthroughs. And maybe except for the first one, I throw all of my stats into stamina and I ignore the hearts until later. And that's what I'm going to keep doing. And if I want the Master Sword, then I just find the demon statue, switch all of my stamina for hearts, pull the sword out, switch it all back, and then go do whatever I want. So we're going to go for another jump. It's weird because I keep thinking I'm forgetting stuff. Probably. This is a huge game. Excellent. No swimming. All right. What up? Looks like a cop with a nightstick. Oh, he's got... Oh, yeah, so he has a stick. Finally! I didn't know that I would ask... I didn't know that I would want this, but there's finally a weapon that's stronger than a stick, but weaker than the weakest sword. Because, obviously, when you have no swords, you're gonna have a bunch of sticks, right? So it's cool now that there's a tree... Oh, yeah, so there's a tree branch, but then there's also a stick. And a stick actually does some damage. A tree branch breaks when you swing it 3 times. And it does, like, nothing. I guess we'll keep heading straight for the... whatever he called it. Did he call this the Temple of Time? Oh, this is my first time opening the map, I guess. It's got no name yet. But if this is the new Great Plateau, then that's the new Temple of Time. And the new Old Man, you'll see. Oh yeah, I have no paraglider yet. That works. Oh! That one snuck up on me. But he didn't do anything with it. Alright. Okay, swing it. That one's pretty easy to get a flurry rush off of. So I only have 1 spear. Let's try and save it. It's my 1 unique weapon. Oh, come on, Link. There must be some mushrooms. There's always mushrooms. Oh well. Is this another good guy? Yep. Come on, Link. I am not gonna get used to the stamina. Sky shrooms. So they are exactly like the normal red Hylian mushrooms. But they're up in the sky. Wow. Exact same effect, nothing special. Toasty. Hey, what the heck? I roasted that. If you roast food, they do more. Yep. So I guess he's kind of like the new Old Man, because that's the exact same scene. Where you take his apple and he's like, bruh! I'm just kidding. Ooh. Should fix these stairs. This first step's a doozy. Oh, my shield. Aw, you dick. Give me my shield. Got it. Raise your shield. That just makes me think of a song called Raise Your Sword by Galnerius, Japanese band. I know no one understands what the hell I talk about, but I gotta bring it up. Raise My Sword is such a good song. It's the band that makes the openings for Hunter x Hunter, like Departure. Alright. Here we are. Did he say the Forgotten Temple? And I called it the Temple of Time? Silly me. High five! High five! I'm gonna do high fives. Well, at least one for every shrine in the game,
That
which
door
I'm
will
sure
open
is at
only to
least
those with
120.
sufficient power.